Hey guys, Matt Vojak here. Today I'm going to talk about something that's been coming up a few times in meetings that I've had over the last couple weeks. Is this idea, this conversation between which marketing strategy is right for certain businesses, whether it's paid advertising or is it content marketing? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go through both of those things, go through some pros and cons real quick, and in the end I'm going to crown a winner. Let's do it. Let's start by talking about paid ads. Essentially, this is you paying for your content or your message to get through to a very targeted, specific audience. And from there, you're either paying for impressions or views, or you're paying for clicks through to your landing page. The goal here is to get them to buy as soon as they possibly can. So, pros and cons. Pros: paid advertising works pretty well as far as targeting goes. You can target a very, very specific audience, especially on Facebook. You can target things, a whole bunch of demographics, including a person's job title, their interest. You can target the place that they work at. You can target so many different things to the point where it's pretty creepy. But it's really helpful for people like us to be able to target a specific audience that we need to that basically relates best to the message that we are sending out or the product that we are selling. Cons. There's a couple here. One, it can get very expensive with paid ads. There's times where I see people that are spending, they'll spend $10,000 just to make $12,000. So they're spending so much money for such a little margin. And for some people, that might be cool. Just want to list that as a con here. Another con is that a lot of paid advertising is starting to get ignored quite a bit for a couple of reasons. One, people are installing ad blockers and just completely not seeing ads altogether anyway. The other thing is that people are advertised to about 5,000 times per day. So what are the chances that you're going to create something that really sticks in their mind? It's totally possible, but what I'm saying is that whenever they're seeing 5,000 ads per day and they're just normal everyday lives, it's really difficult to get through to people. So next, let's talk about content marketing. What is content marketing? Essentially, it is content creation for your target audience without the expectation that they are going to buy immediately. This could be things like videos. It could be things like blogs. It could be even things like events. There's a whole different range of what content marketing really could be. It's a whole bunch of different things. But the strategy here is to be consistent and to deliver content to people that they really like. And by doing that, you're kind of tapping into the rules of reciprocity of people being able to, feel a lot better about giving you their time whenever it does come time for that, essentially. So you give, and then whenever you have something that, maybe a new product or something like that comes in, you can kind of slide that into one of your videos, and all of a sudden they're going to listen a lot better than they would if you were a complete stranger that, just throw in their product at them. So let's go into the pros and cons of content marketing. Pros: it builds trust like nothing else. So that's the best part about content marketing, is that, if you're going to keep delivering content for people and maybe addressing certain problems that they have, they're going to trust you. It really comes down to being consistent as well. And it comes down to how you are delivering that content, but that's probably the biggest one there. And, there's a written article that goes with this post. If you guys go to madebythings.com, you can go to the insights and you can see the full article here kind of explaining all of my general thoughts on this. So I'm kind of doing the brief version here. So let's go into the cons of content marketing. There's one here, one really big one, and that it is expensive, and it's a little bit time consuming. Not a little bit, a lot of bit time consuming, because whenever you are using content marketing as a strategy, you can't really, you can't just do it for a couple of months and then just see what happens. It's something that you have to do for at least 6 months to a year before you can really start gauging some of these results and start looking at these metrics and figure out what's actually happening and where you are getting the best return on your investment. So that being said, it's something that takes pretty consistent effort for a longer period of time. Now, let me go ahead and crown my winner for content marketing versus paid ads. Boo. Just kidding. The winner is content marketing. So let me explain this real quick. Sort of what I was saying about the cons of paid ads. People just aren't watching ads like they used to. It's not as simple anymore where we can just throw money out there, get the attention, and people walk into our stores and buy up everything on the shelves. It's not that simple. And there is a huge growing distrust when it comes to paid advertising. Like I was saying, one of the kind of draws on both sides here is that they're both expensive, right? It does cost money to do paid ads, and it is really difficult to just kind of start doing paid ads and be really good at it at first. Sometimes that takes 3 to 6 months of optimizing before you really can see some great results from that stuff. So for that reason, and that idea of building trust, again, and going back to that with content marketing, this is something that, it does really well at gaining trust, but also anytime that you create this content for people, it's not something that just lives for, I don't know, the length of a campaign would, a length of a paid advertising campaign would. It's something that lives on forever. So it's almost like, the more content you create, it kind of compounds over time to where, after a year or two, you might have 200 pieces of content, and all of a sudden the third one that you made is seen by somebody and it leads to a sale. So that's just kind of how it works. But another huge thing of content marketing is search engine optimization, where the more content that you are creating, if it is especially blogs and videos, if you're creating that kind of content and putting it out there, over time, Google's going to notice and you are going to start ranking higher and higher. Whereas with paid advertising, it doesn't really work like that, where you might be at the top level of a search result in Google. However, it comes with that little badge that says ad. For some people, some of the stats that we're seeing is that people are actually skimming down past the ads because they just don't trust the ads as much. So does that matter? I don't know. It seems as if it is growing less that way, to where people are just kind of skipping that first step and seeing or what's showing up organically for what they are searching for. Now, that being said, I still do believe that there is a role for paid advertising in all of this. I don't think that paid advertising should be relied on for a lot of reasons, including, if that is your business strategy is just paid ads. What I always tell everyone is, like, as soon as they change the algorithm, it might mean that it just completely stops working for you or something like that. Like, you can't rely on a single platform to bring in all of your sales. It might work for a little bit, but it's going to change. It's never going to be as simple as just, oh, okay, we figured it out, let's just keep it rolling. So that's just kind of the dangerous part about paid ads in general here. Doing content marketing, you're almost using your own website as your platform and driving people to it in other ways. So it is creating major pieces of content on your site and then using social media as a way to get people to the site rather than just get people to buy directly from social media, which is what most paid advertising is trying to do. But anyway, so what I was saying is that, I still believe that paid advertising has a role in all of this, where it can help anytime that you release a new piece of content or a new product to start getting some of that attention and start gaining awareness, which is one thing that paid advertising does really well compared to content marketing, is that idea of gaining awareness. However, with paid advertising, we're kind of dropping, people drop off pretty significantly in the funnel after gaining awareness. So that's another reason that I like content marketing. So what I'm saying here is that I do believe that paid advertising has a role still in things. I just don't think that it should be relied on as the only kind of marketing here. I think that paid advertising is a good short-term sprint, whereas content marketing is a long-term marathon, essentially. So that's all I got. If you guys want to read more about this idea of paid advertising versus content marketing and which strategy might be right for your business, head over to madebythings.com, go in the menu, hit Insights, and look for the title Content Marketing versus Paid Ads. That's all I got. All right. Love you. Bye.